everyone, I'm technically back, but not really. Long story short, I've been on a little bit of a hiatus from making videos and stuff for Grim Dawn because I've decided I'll do something for the main character I'm playing for this, and get her up to level 50. I kind of haven't been doing that. I've been a little sidetracked with other stuff. I moved house, I've done other stuff, so on and so forth. But a lot has changed since then. Say hello to the Shaman class. Oh, no, that's the Soldier. Shaman class. That's come out. Shaman class is just as I thought in the first place. Shaman has a lot of support skills and is very pet-centric, but only for certain things. I also found out that the Shaman class is very good with dual weaponing. So that's what I'm actually rolling my Shaman, what I call it? Oops, sorry, wrong button, that one. Shaman thing, excuse that. My Warder, which is a cross between the Shaman and the Soldier here. So, as you can see, brute force, blah da 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 da, long story short, it requires a two-handed melee weapon, is pretty good. Then you get to there of Feral Hunger, which is a fun... I apologize in advance for the cats in the background who will not shut up! Feral Hunger. Good for 1-8. If you're taking on a mobile creature, you just go whack. 5 hits, you get 98% weapon damage to hit them, you get cause bleeding damage, and increased well, it's lifesteal pretty much. 36%. 36% of your attack damage is converted to health, so you easily get healed back. And then of course you've got this extra bit here, which is actually pretty freaking cool. Then you have your savagery. Now, originally when I was doing the dual weapons skills with my other character, Yoko, I was going cadence, and going, yep, that's fine. But, the problem about it is, savagery requires a constant hitting of it. So you got 8 charge levels of 30%, 50%, 65, 80, so on and so forth. Percentage increase of, I think, weapon damage done, lightning, bleeding, and so on and so forth. Then you get a bit harder, your health and regen increases and everything, and then you reach the level of Storm Touch, which I will get there sooner or later. Now, what is it? Now, one of the passive skills I really like about the Shaman class is this one, Mogdrogan's Pact, which is passive. Press that button. I get a lot of HP regen. I get 28 health regen per second, plus 6.5 regen per second. Doesn't cost anything except for the energy reserve. And then a little bit further up, you get extra health, poison, and bleeding duration reduction, so it's a bit more resistance. And then you go up to armor, pierce resistance, and retaliation damage increase. Pretty good if you were going to go for something like the Retribution class, but not exactly great for mine. But who cares? It's neither here nor there. Now, here's the two important things that you want to look into with this class is the totems. Now, I think there is another totem. That's Primal Strike. No, Grasp and Vines, Summon Blastthorn. Here we go. So you got two different totems. Now, long story short about them is they scale off player damage bonuses. This one allows for healing and gives vitality and gauge. I apologize in advance for yawning. I've been doing early shifts at work. And then you got your Storm Totem, which does Storm Strikes and hits, and it's pretty freaking strong. Yeah, once again, bounce off bonus damage. I'm gonna go Wendigo Totem because Storm's pretty good, but I prefer just something as a support. Blood Pact is looking really good with bleeding damage, vitality damage with increased duration, which means if you hit someone with your savagery attack or your Feral Hunger, this hits it with the Blood Pact and they get hurt for longer. And even better is you get a bonus chance of attack damage converted to health, which is pretty damn decent. You got your going on the points of other skills in here. We've got the Devouring Swarm, which I'm pretty sure is like the bugs. You know those bug swarms that you see around? You get one of those, you just throw it out, it just goes attack stuff, and it's pretty cool. You got your Grasping Vines, which is like rooting to the ground of a person. Actually, no, it's incorrect. It's slowing the target. I think this one, yep. 10% chance, Entangling Vines. So this one's just basically slowing, but this one actually can stop people in their tracks, which is pretty cool. And of course you got your Briarthorn, which with all other pets you can only do one at a time. The next level up you get a ground slam, which you can actually get for like you boot stomp with one of the other things. And of course emboldening roar, which gives both damage. Pretty good if you combine it with the other pets. Now here's another thing in this class. They have exclusive skills. This one has Storm Pact and Primal Bonds. Storm Pact is good if you're just wanting to do straight up damage and you're not going to go with pets. Whereas the Primal Bonds is good for you going to fight you having pets. And you want to do extra damage yourself. And then you've got the Primal Spin. And another one in there, which is actually pretty cool. I haven't actually seen anything about it, but it looks pretty decent. Now, I haven't really seen much of the other classes in their changes, but going back to here for the Soldier, they actually improved military conditioning to something that I really like, where they actually included physical damage as a booster. So not only become a tank, but you actually get more damage to go with it. Pretty nice in my case. Now, a few other changes that came with it. Let's check out the quest scene. As you can see, it's still broken up here, but going into notes, you've got them actually split down into different areas. You've got enemy insight, so notes that you get off enemies or you find from enemies. So Warden Krieg's stuff, Zambrand's notes or Crawley's notes. This down here. Then you got your factions for your Clayman's Scripture. I think there might be one for the Death Cults, and then you got the history of Arcovia. You got notes on Inquisitive Krieg, the survivors in Berwick, all those bits and pieces, and all that stuff. Now, another point I'd like to point out is make sure you're good at farming Dynamite. Dynamite is actually pretty good in the way of unlocking extra items called the treasure troves, which is treasure chests that are tied up with chains. Only way you can get into them, stick a dynamite. So if you did that quest where you actually had to save that guy, you actually let that guy go and you meet up with him later in Homestead, you actually get to get more TNT off him, and you can go around to Treasure Cove. It's pretty good. If you didn't do that, get good on farming it. Another good thing it's useful for the TNT, I will quickly jump on the Berwick village and show you where it is. Just a quick run. I'll be right back after TP here to show you what we're going with. Okay, just a bit out of the Berwick village. If you head down this roadway here, you reach this bridge here. Now, initially, this was blocked up with debris. So you've got to have 3 dynamite and 8,000 silver to patch this up. Then you need, I think it's about 7 or 8 pieces of scrap and small silver iron bits to build this bridge, and you go across to what is the East Marches. Now, I actually haven't been down that way with any of my heroes yet, but long story short, apparently it's quite useful for extra farming areas. So that's the basics of the update. There is a lot more that I will include in the description below. Go check it out completely, and I will point and find out more about what's just been recently updated, including class attributes and abilities with each class that you may be interested in. But another thing I want to show you just before we forget today is my tank, who I figured out how to properly roll a tank with one class and one set of items and one defining trait alone. Now, once I load into it, you will see. We'll go full, get some explosion. Say hello to the Redemption set. The Redemption set is great for the sheer fact that, oh, and there's something I forgot to also point out. Each item, you can actually see what you've equipped to it for, what am I talking about here? Component that you've augmented to it. So you got your polished emeralds, you got your sentinels, you got your corpse dusts, you got your ancient armor plates. Long story short, a lot of visual aesthetics, a lot of extra stuff come back up, but you can go check it out in the description below. But as I was saying, this is probably the best set if you're going to roll a proper tank. A full retaliation set, where if I go to this and say scroll out, oh, critical damage, that's cool. Oh yeah, and I should also point out damage per hit. You can actually nut it down, not just to your weapon attack, but each ability that you come with. So weapon attack, weapon damage, and you get your blitz, which is actually one of my strongest abilities. I run in and get back. Next to, of course, if I scroll down here, physical damage, magical, yeah, that's cool. My modifier, nope, not this one, sorry. This, my retaliation. Everything is plus 130 except for my acid, which is plus 180%. So, in combination to the two of them, I actually do about 3.5k damage if the, on return, if the thing that I'm up against has no resistances. What I'll prove to you on how strong this is, I'm going to quickly run to, what's it called, the Hive Queen, and just stand there and take her on. I go down to the, what is it, the Steps of Torment and go through the Gates of Anguish and do that, but that's a little bit harder and don't have a key spare for that. Be right back. Okay, so I'm in the Hive Queen's lair, and once again, I am not going to attack her. This is how powerful the retaliation is. I'll run in, I'll just stand right here. Now, all I gotta do is put myself into tank mode and just keep the healing on. I am not, once again, no attacking. The reason why this is so good, oh whoops, wrong button, I wanted that one, sorry. I forgot to put on one of my passives with it. There was no attack, no attacking whatsoever. Now I better stand back or else this will get pretty ugly. I can actually bug her out. She can actually end up getting stuck back there on her sack, her hiving sack, and she can, what is it, lock there and, well, can't actually kill her. But once again, not attacking, not hitting her, and she's killing herself. That is how powerful that this is. I've actually ran through the entirety of the Gates of Anguish with this set, and I have cleared it out just for the fact of stuff was killing me. Ranged heroes aren't exactly the best for this because retaliation damage only works best when you go up against enemies that have melee attacks. Range becomes a bit tricky. Sorry, move, you bastard. I want to collect some loot. And yeah, they're a lot more difficult to deal with when they're in the range. But as you can tell, pretty strong. A very strong set. Also, I should also point out with this character, I'm still working on getting the Transcendent Relic for it. I'm short, I can't remember what, I'm short something in particular. Sorry, I'll just gotta sell some stuff. Where are we? We want to go Juggernaut, let's have a look-see. Got that, got that, got that. I've got... yeah, that's right. Alaron's blood is still the missing ingredient that I need for it. Don't know where it is. Hoping to find it soon. With this update, I might be able to find it, but long story short, that's it. That is the crux of all the updates. Hopefully soon I might be able to show you a level 100 Pit Master. But in the meantime, keep gaming on, people. Hope you pick up a copy of Grim Dawn just before it gets released, end of this year. Catch you at the final release.